Ladies and gentlemen, Mercury entered Taurus yesterday on the 3rd of April 2023, and it's going to stay in Taurus until June, 11th of June 2023. So let's talk about it, okay? Who's Mercury? Well, Mercury is the one we blame when shit goes bad, when things don't work the way we want them to, okay? When we make bad choices or we're not paying attention and shit goes bad, that's when we say, well, Mercury was retrograde. That's why I made that stupid choice. It's not my fault, it's, let's just blame it on the stars and the planets. Okay, guys? I always do that. Anyway, talking about Mercury retrograde. Mercury is going to go retrograde again between 21st of April and 14th of May. Okay? So you may want to think again. You may want to read again contracts and any paperwork, anything that you need to sign. You might want to check that again. Check everything again. Check everything twice, okay, during Mercury retrograde. And also, because when Mercury goes retrograde, it's a very good moment for us to reevaluate things, okay? Retrograde, reevaluate, okay? Which is why during Mercury retrograde, usually there's an ex that comes back. It's because they want to evaluate you again, reevaluate you, okay? One more time. Mercury is the smallest planet in our solar system, and in astrology, it represents the mental, and also communication. Okay, so basically, when you're checking the natal chart of a person, by looking at the Mercury sign and house, okay, the zodiac sign in which Mercury is in the house, also you can understand how smart a person is, how the person thinks, how the person talks, and also what the person likes to talk about. Okay, that's what Mercury does in astrology. In mythology, though, Mercury is Hermes, or whatever you want to call him, pronounce it. He's the boss when it comes to gossip. You can also call him the messenger of the gods, but basically that's what Mercury was doing. He knew all the gossip. Mercury, Hermes, is also the protector of the travelers, to the protector of the salespeople, the protector of motivational speakers, and basically the protector of thieves of any kind. Okay. He's also the trickster of the gods. Okay. So you have to be careful with him. Don't trust him, which is why Gemini people are usually very hard to trust, because they're ruled by Mercury. But you have to think about it. It's not a coincidence that the French people used his name for their brand, because they're stealing a lot from you guys with those bags they're creating. I'm telling you. Okay. And also very important, Hermes is the one who is gonna take the soul to the afterlife, after death. Okay? Which is why, at least in my country, dead people are usually buried with money on them, so they can bribe Mercury, Now, leaving the jokes aside, with Mercury in Taurus, because that's what we're talking about, we will all be more stubborn than usually. We might take longer to think or to talk. Okay, it's going to be harder for us to understand what people are telling us. We're going to take our time with that. It's also going to be a bit harder for us to learn new things during Mercury in Taurus. Okay, but on the good side, on the bright side, at least we won't be jumping to conclusions. We'll take our time, as I was saying, and we'll think about a problem, and we will pick our words wisely. Okay, we'll be focusing better, and we will find practical and realistic solutions with Mercury in Taurus. Okay, it is possible that during this time, so beginning with this month and until June. There will be more discussions about money, possessions, and work in general, but also about lands, agriculture, and also food. Okay. In our daily lives, maybe we will be renegotiating our salaries, and maybe we'll just exchange, how do you say that in English, recipes with some friends of ours. Now, globally speaking, I would say that, there will be even more discussions about the war that it's currently happening in Ukraine, that kind of affects the entire world, because low-key, I'm not sure it's just Ukraine fighting there, and it's not actually the Third World War, but anyway. So more discussions about the world and, basically splitting the land, okay? Because that's what we're having wars for, the land. So more discussions about that politically, globally speaking, issues with agriculture because of the weather changes that we're having. At least in my country, we have severe issues with the weather, and crops are dying and stuff like that. So more discussions about that. And of course, what follows after is the increase in the prices of food. Okay, so again, discussions about that. That's what Mercury in Taurus is bringing us. Let me know what you think about it. What's happening in your countries with the weather, with the prices for food and all of that. How many discussions are happening in this regard? Let me know what's going on. But anyway, long story short, that's what Mercury in Taurus is, and what it can bring us. I'm going to talk to you soon. Thank you. Bye.